Alright. I love you. Subscribe to my channel, hit like, comment, and the notification bell. And let's get ready to get into this video. Now, I have jotted down some things that I want you guys to go and check out. Okay? Timestamp. Go to 18 through 19 when r0s admit she was a bus driver. Now, a bus driver in her eyes is the low-paid job that someone would never want to do. In her mind, she's better than anybody and everybody. And I'm speaking about now. I would never. See, you guys forgot what she was when she first started her channel. Now, like I said, I'm going to stay on her neck. Yes, I am going to stay on her neck for a whole entire year, or maybe two, like she did Latrice. And I'm not a Latrice fan. I'm not subscribed to Latrice at all. But I'm going to give her something, let her see how it feels when somebody tracking on you. And if I got breath in my body, and I got Wi-Fi, and I got a phone, and I can pay my bill, I'm going to stay on r0s neck all the way from today that I'm making this first video all the way to next year on the same exact month and day. Yes, I am. Give her some of, what Latrice is feeling. Now, like I said, you guys go to 8 minutes and 18 seconds between 19 when she talked about she was a bus driver. She didn't get too much into it, but just to let you know that she had a job that was beneath her. Okay, now go to timestamp 9 through 23 when she talked about she partied a lot. She didn't get into details. A lot of these things she just briefly went over it, but she didn't ever get into it. And she talked about Latrice partying all the time, Latrice drinking, Latrice smoking, Latrice dancing. I know y'all gonna say, well, she didn't do it in front of her children. Well, how the hell do you know? You know what I'm saying? Y'all understand where I'm coming from, right? So, back then YouTube was available, but it wasn't popping like it is. So how do y'all know whether she party around her children? Go check stamp 923 when she talked about she party. And her mother had her children, but she wanna bash Latrice Allen, comedian Latrice Allen, about her and her motherhood and what she do around her children. Okay? I'm just bringing y'all the facts. That's all, you guys. Go to timestamp 10 through 16 when she said the kids, the oldest child, she was 10 years old. She had a key. She let herself in, and then when the other brother came home, she let him in. Then the other two kids was left with the auntie, and she went and picked them up after school. So y'all, at 10 years old, why is this child left alone? Why is this child got a key to get into the house? Okay, it get deeper than that right there. I got some timestamps for y'all ass. So she want to talk about Tree's children, but Tree never left her children home alone. Okay, now what if somebody would have called the DCF on her when that little girl walked in the house by herself at the age of 10 with a key? What if somebody was in that house at the time that child walked in the house and she didn't have a phone to call nobody? Y'all ain't thinking about that, are you? Okay, I figured that. Now let's go back to timestamp 1048. When she lived in a community where it was drugs, gun violence, and all that stuff, it was high state. Even though she said she did move her children out of that community, that was a good thing, that was a plus, and hooray for her. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Yay, okay. But back then, when Tree stayed in a low project area, not project, but a low income community with her children, she bashed Trees for that too as well. Y'all come on here and let's talk about it. Quit playing, okay? Like I said, I'm going to be on that neck, and I'm going to continue to go back and look for more stuff on her, just like she did with Trees. Okay, I got that out the way. You go to timestamp 12 and 50. She's blowing her nose again, sniffing up snot, and swallowing it. And yes, it do sound nasty, but it is what it is, and you get what you get. Okay? Now she sniffed the snot on timestamp 12 and 50 and swallowing the damn cold like she do now. Ain't nothing changed. Only thing I see what was changed when she blew her nose and she sat the napkin down. She didn't clean her eyes like she do now. Okay? Timestamp 13 and 48. Now, let me see. When she said, I don't remember that one. They're not coming for. It had something to do with trees. When she said she wasn't gonna be negative, her channel was gonna be positive, but now she don't flip the script. She don't take money from people. She has a negative channel. When her channel started growing and growing and growing and growing, she came out the tree harder and harder and harder. Okay, timestamp 1348. No. Timestamp 1439. She met a man that she really, really liked it, and she took how can I put it? She liked this man, and she let the man sister and niece move in with her because she liked him. So he was digging her down real good. I mean, real good. Order to let a man family move in with her. And not only that, did you hear when she said she took up for the little girl over her daughter, and her daughter felt some kind of way, and she told her when the age of 30 that, hey mom, I felt some kind of way that you took up for this girl, you know what I'm saying? So this is why that oldest child and her probably don't get along, but they do get along, but they do their distant thing, it's just what it is, right? So I want to mention that as well. The relationship between them may be okay, but it's not the best. So it's best for us to stay apart. It's okay. Now, what else do I have? She moved the family in. That was in timestamp 15 and 49 seconds. She liked it to me, and I already mentioned that. But that was it, y'all. That's all I want to say on that. And like I said, make sure y'all sub to my channel, subscribe to my channel and all that, But I'm going to stay on that neck. I'm going to make sure I keep applying pressure on that neck to remind her. I want to remind her what she said when she first started her channel. And what she's saying now about the trees. She is, what's the word I want to use? She sit up here and belittled, she put trees down and put herself up, her motherhood up. But when she forgot, she got these damn videos out lingering. Now, if she go back and delete these videos, she won't get paid for them. If she go back and, I'm going to tell y'all how YouTube works, whether you know it or not, okay? You can have, I'm going to say for instance, like myself, and I don't have, you can have 20 videos up. If you go and delete 5, 6, 7 of those videos and YouTube is paying you and monetizing those videos, listen to what I'm saying. This is some information y'all need to know because I know somebody experienced it. Now, if you go back and delete 6 of those videos out of those 20 videos and they being monetized and you get paid for the ads, and you go back and delete them, YouTube is going to go and snatch the money that they paid you for on those videos. I bet y'all didn't know that, did you? Y'all didn't know it. I'm going to say it again. If you have 20 videos, you go back and you delete 6 of them videos out of those 20, okay? That's what? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. That leave you 14 videos. Am I doing this right? If those 6 videos that you deleted is monetized and have ads on them, and you don't got paid for them, YouTube is going to go back and snatch their coins out of those 6 videos that you was getting paid for. So the chances are she got a lot of views on this specific video right here. She's not going to take it down because she's getting paid for it. And she don't want to mess with her money. Okay? Alright. I just want to let y'all know. Little known fact, FYI. So, let's get ready to get out of here. And I want to say y'all have a great day. And tomorrow, it'll be another video. Will be part 2 to this part 1. Okay, bye-bye. Intro at the beginning of the video.
Hi you guys, I'm so excited about my channel. I just want to say, start this video off saying thank you guys for subscribing, for writing me. There's a lot of good feedback on there, but today this video is going to be a little bit different, right? I just feel like it's only fair that you guys know who I am, and some of the situations that I had to overcome, right? And it's okay. I got my little handkerchief because I can't use tissue because I'm all itchy. It's bad out here, and I just got my yards done, so I can't hardly take it. But anyway, I'm so thankful for you guys for, like I said, commenting, subscribing. I hope this channel grows so big. I know that I would not be here recording if it was not in God's will for me to do so. So I'm just so happy about all of that, okay? So good morning. It's Thursday morning. I have 2 videos that I'm going to put out, but the first one is going to be kind of long. So if you don't have to...
Okay, now, number 4. Well, you see she had her little hanky, and she said that she's going to be using it. What happened? If she was so clean then, what happened now? Why is she using the tissue to wipe her eyes and wipe her nose and then go back and wipe her eyes? What happened? Y'all tell me, explain that to me. What the freak happened? How she go from being so elegant to being a snot? That's the new name they gave her, snot. She was r0s here, but not here. The heifer is a snot. She collects snot, toilet tissue, toilet napkin, or whatever to clean her nose. Don't forget how she had that mop in the sink. But y'all want to act like she's all that and a bag of nothing. Yeah, you heard me. I'm going to talk my shit over here.
Time to watch it, that's fine. You can come back later, but I really want to give you guys some backstory on me, who I am. I am far from perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I do feel like I have a lot of natural good sense. I have a good sense of things, and I'm here to share that with you guys. So, I already told you guys, I'm 48 years old. I have 4 children, 30, 29, 24, and 22. I have 6 grandchildren. They are 10. I have 2 7-year-olds that are not twins, but they're siblings, and a 4-year-old and twin 1-year-olds. They're so cute and so funny, but you guys will get to meet them. I'm the grandmother that they come weekends, maybe overnight, but I don't overwhelm myself with my children kids because I've raised them, and my grandbabies come. There's, you know, like, I'm just the type that let my kids raise their kids. I help out and they come spend the night, and I provide when my children fall short, but it's their responsibility, right? And they're doing a fantastic job at raising their kids and understanding my boundaries, because it's really important in life, no matter with family, friends, whoever, set boundaries, because at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you have your peace, right? So anyway, and I'm all about keeping my peace. I have high blood pressure. No, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna allow any stress to come from that. I mean, some things we just cannot avoid, but the things that we can, we should. Just be happy, enjoy your life, right? So I got some negative comments, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I will comment back to you. Just to
Okay, she didn't have blood pressure then, but she damn sure got blood pressure now, and a little bit more with it. Now you see how she have to take her time and speak, because she just getting started and she could have been a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? But she just so snobbish. She have become snobbish. You understand where I'm coming from? It's so sad though. The person she done became.
To your post, right? But I would not get on my platform and bring any negativity. I've never heard the word demon used so much. But let me just enlighten you guys that use that word towards others. You're bringing that into your atmosphere. You're putting that word into your life. You have to watch what you speak, right? Because it don't have nothing to do with the person you're speaking it to. It has everything to do about who's speaking it. So I don't take that word personally because I'm confident in who I am. And I don't have to prove it by my videos. You guys will see exactly who I am. Okay, so I just had to put that out there. I'm not entertaining negativity. I don't care. I will address you directly because I want to let you know I heard you. But if it's not anything that resonates within my spirit, it's just left right there. Okay, so we're going to move on from that. So I told you guys my kids and my grandkids. I'm 48. My mother had a drug addiction, right? When I got to be 8 years old. I lived with my mom until I was 8. She got addicted to drugs. She was married to a merchant seaman. She was having a lot of money, but she was alone 6 to 9 months out the year. So she kind of had all this idle time, and once she started using, it was a downhill spiral for her life, right? Because by the grace of God, I've always had grandparents that was just like me. They were going to step up where parents fall short, and that's where I get that from, my grandparents. So my grandmother raised me from 8 to 18. My mother was in my life, but she became more like a sister than a mother, although I call both of them mama. I call my mom, I call my grandmother mama, because I was in a house with my grandmother and her children, so that was because we called her mama. And she was wise, and she raised me, and she was loving. My mother only had me. I'm an only child. Thank God, because her addiction ended her life early. So my mom passed away when I was 27, not from drugs, but from an aneurysm, which can, the drugs speed up everything. It make your heart work harder, your kid, everything just worked harder. So it quit quicker, right? So she died at 42. I was 27. She was my biggest help with my children. I was a bus driver, so every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, whether my mom was at my house or my auntie house, close by, she would come and keep my kids and get them on their buses, get them to school every day, Monday through Friday, right? And I paid my mother because that it was a job, and I appreciated her doing that for me, right? So she passed away. My grandmother raised me, instilled so much knowledge in me, so much love, so much compassion, but it still didn't stop me from making mistakes. So I've had multiple failed relationships, right? And that's okay. They didn't work. They was not gonna last, so it ended. From when I first got pregnant with my first child, right? And this is something that I want young mothers to just think about, because this is what you got to tell yourself, right? And it's not down on anybody, but it's just the reality. We can only control ourselves and what we will do and what we won't do, right? So when you get pregnant and you're going to bring a baby into the world, you have to make a commitment to yourself and that child, no matter who sticks around, who helps out, who do what, get resourceful, get you a plan. You got 9 months to plan. Hopefully you'll have help from the dad or whoever, his family, whoever. But if you don't, be ready for, step up to the challenge, because I wanted to be a mom because I lacked certain things within my mom. So I always said, I'm gonna be the best mom, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but I still fell short because life, when I was 19 years old. I was 20 when I had my second child, my son. Single mom, raised them, drove a bus. When I had them, I wasn't driving a bus yet. I had my third daughter 5 years later, and I was not working. It was so hard, but I was taking advantage of every resource that was out there. I promise you, right? Every resource that was out there. It was always, God has always been a good provider to me, right? I don't even understand how. I don't know how sometimes, but I know that's where it's coming from, right? He'll give me an idea and I'll run with it, and if he just, oh shoot, this is what I should, that's how it works. But for young mothers, just make up your mind that you're going to be the best mom, you're going to love your baby, and if you lacked something in a parent, be that person, because that's how you build and you break generational curses, right? So, I have 4 kids, now I got 2 more kids. Another failed relationship, right? But that's fine. I have a total of 4 kids. I'm still like, I want to be a mom. I want to have my babies at home comfortable. I don't care if I was partying. I don't care what I was doing. I knew my babies were always situated, right? So when I had my mom, I could move like that. I can, hey, come watch the kids. I'll be back. It was fine. She always did. And I had my own place at 19. And she would come to my house, and I kept my house together, and I kept my babies comfortable, right? Even throughout the stupid stuff that I was doing, that was always a top priority for me. So anyway, my mom passed away at 27, and that for my help. Not financial help, a second set of hands help, right? But my oldest daughter was 10, or 11. And my kids were taught to be independent, strong. My daughter kind of knew what she wanted. She was really good at school. She had to fight a lot because she was tiny, she was cute, and she went through her little thing of fight, and I would be running up and back and forth to them schools. But she took her education serious all the way from, I'll say, second grade. Second grade, I knew that she would give up recesses to complete the 600-word challenge, and she just had to ace everything that she did when it came to academics, right? So anyway, my mom passed away, my help was gone. We lived in Parchester Village, which was a community, and it was drugs and it was things going on out there, whatever. So I decided to move. I've been moving my kids. I've been here for 12 years. We lived in Parchester Village, which was a community, and it was drugs and it was things going on out there, whatever. So I decided to move. I've been moving my kids. I've been here for 12 years. I got here. This is perfect. This is happy. This was great. This is where I planted me and my babies, right? Because the schools are good. Anywhere where they pay taxes, high taxes, you could best believe the schools are going to actually teach. They're not going to just be focused on discipline, where the house values are low and they're not paying, how you have to pay attention to that, because although we struggle as parents, we have a right to move into any community we want and let it be about the school system that's in that community, right? So I became a single mom, because now my mom is gone. My grandmother did not babysit. She raised me. She was older. She had 10 kids. She raised me, and then my baby uncle, she had him or whatever. There was no way that my grandma was going to take my kids. She was just not. And that's okay, because they was big enough that I could teach them, how to kind of help me be a single mom with making them house keys. Marjorie, you get home first. You let Myron in. Davion is going to stay at my auntie house, and when I get off work, I'll pick up the 2 little ones, bring them home, get dinner done. Every day I got home from work, if I wasn't heating up leftovers from a big meal I cooked the night before, I was preparing a meal to have my kids sit at the table so I could just get to know what they was doing. And my daughter was like, all my children were very talkative, letting me know everything. So I was always comfortable in who they were becoming. So it was working. I didn't have a lot, but the will to want was enough, right? So sorry, y'all. So then, but like I said, failed relationships, making mistakes. It's a mistake. My daughter is 30 and she still tells me about being able to get home. I dated this guy. His sister and niece needed a place to stay. The niece, my daughter is an Aries, and she is an introvert. She does not like to be bothered with people. She just likes to do her own thing, play her Sims, be on the computer. At that time, she was just talking on the house phone and have her, people she went to school with calling. So and this is how it keep people out your kids' face, because the little thing will turn into a big thing and it can affect with your kids' self-esteem, right? This is why I point out things about Latrice, not to attack her, but let me give you some, some information that you can implement in your household, and then, your kids will have that security that they need, right? But see, Treese, she real quiet right now. She don't like the fact that I'm breaking it down, and I'm far from dumb. So I'm giving it to you guys as educational as possible for me, right? With good education. So she quiet. She needs to stay quiet. Go ahead. Unless you got something good to say, then come on back. But if you just gonna be doing what you've been doing, we gonna always talk about that, right? So anyway, I dating this guy, let his sister and his niece move in because they didn't have anywhere to go. The niece, one day, my daughter's in her room on the phone, the niece is in there, she don't really have a lot of friends, not my problem, not my daughter's problem, not my problem, but I made a mistake. My daughter was on the phone with her friends, and she had been on the phone for a while, right? So I'm thinking I'm being fair, but all the time, it traumatized my daughter. So I told my daughter, Marjanae, let her use the phone for 15 minutes. You've been on it all day. Give her that phone. Marjanae did not want to give her that phone. So then Marjanae was in trouble because she wasn't following what I was telling her, right? My ignorant self did this. So the little girl get on the phone. She don't have nobody to call, nobody to talk to. She just didn't want my daughter to have that phone. So I had her give it back to my daughter, like, okay, what was that about? But being with this man, I wasn't trying to rock no boat because I was liking him and his sister, they was good. That's why I don't care. My baby's first. I don't care who you are, right? So she gave it back the phone. That was over. They didn't stay that long, maybe a couple of weeks, because I never could just have people live with me for long because it's just too crowded in the household. Only the people that's supposed to be in your house will fit in your house comfortably. When you bring outside people into your house will just feel crowded. It just don't feel the same. So I don't do it. But I have to learn that lesson. And that's the lesson I want the younger women that's watching me to understand, right? That little thing making my daughter give up the phone, this little girl being malicious, didn't have nobody to call. My daughter felt it, she knew it, but I went against her, right? She's 30 years old. And she said, Mom, that messed with me. That messed with my loyalty. That messed with this, that, and then you said I was mean. I was being evil because I didn't want to share. So now I'm identifying myself as evil. That was not all right, right? Boy, you got to realize your kids will be adults and they will express themselves to you. And if you're doing something and make